was about this whole Cat Williams special when he talked about him not wearing a dress and he wouldn't wear a dress, and how Martin Lawrence tried to get him to wear a dress. Let me just say, I'm with Cat Williams on that. I would never wear a dress, I wouldn't mind acting one day, getting into acting and all that stuff and doing comedy maybe, I don't know. But I definitely, there's certain things I won't do, And I say never. Let me knock on some wood here. Knock on wood. Never say never, but I'm never going to wear a dress for nothing. So I'm rocking with that. However, I don't understand what's this obsession with attacking people who do wear dresses for roles. Attacking, Tyler Perry, Kevin Hart, Brandon T. Jackson, Martin Lawrence. If they want to wear a dress for a role, so what? It's not some conspiracy. We want to demasculate the black man. Like, first of all, who said it was demasculated? If people want to wear a dress, that's on them. That don't mean they less of a man. They plan it for a role. It's a movie role. It's a TV role. If they want to do it, that's their business. What does it matter to you? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, and shout out to Mark Lamont Hill, man. I don't always agree with Mark Lamont Hill, but I liked his tweet yesterday because I think it was Boyce Watkins. Boyce Watkins put up a tweet that I wasn't really rocking with. That rhymes. Watkins and rocking, that kind of rhymes. But yeah, Boyce Watkins put up a tweet saying, it says, can you name 20 A-list white male actors who have appeared in Hollywood movies dressed as women in the last decade? And he had this collage of all these black actors. First of all the black actors on his tweet wasn't even A-listers, number one. And he was making it seem like it's something only black people do. And then Mark Lamont Hill, I love this tweet. He said, these black actors aren't all or even mostly A-list actors. And many of these black dress photos are more than a decade years old. Some are even 20, 30 years old. That said, yes, white male actors also frequently placed in dresses. And then he made a list, he said, off the top of his head. And he had guys like George Clooney, Tom Hanks, Jared Leto, Will Ferrell, Robert De Niro, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Johnny Depp, Adam Sandler, Brad Pitt, Ryan Gosling, Dan Aykroyd, Russell Brand, John Candy, who else is on here? Gene Hackman, Heath Ledger, Jack Black, and the list goes on and on, of white actors. Why is everything, again, got to be about race? I'm telling you, people love to make stuff about race, man. Race baiting is like a big thing in order to get you major clicks and major clout is race baiting. I think it's terrible. And again, if people want to wear a dress in an acting role, that don't mean that they are demasculating. They're just doing a role, man. Shut up with that stupid foolishness. And you might disagree. And you know what? I respect your opinion if you disagree, but I'm not rocking with that, man. I'm highly offended that you want to try to discount these men because they wore a dress for a role. Again, I would never do it. I think I saw a clip where Dave Chappelle was on the Oprah show years ago, and he talked about how he wouldn't wear a dress in that movie he did with Martin. He wouldn't wear it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm with him. I would do the same thing. I'm not wearing no dresses. I don't rock like that. But I'm not going to judge people who do decide to wear it for a role. That don't mean that they like any less of a man. They're just wearing it for a role. Stop being so weak, man. Stop trying to tear people down for decisions they make. Just because, and the thing, Cat Williams said it demonstratively, and he said it popular. He said it in a way that became popular, so everybody want to run with that narrative. He was speaking truth. He was speaking truth. He was speaking his truth. And I happen to share that truth. I'm not wearing no dress either, but I'm not going to knock people. I'm not going to diss people who do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kevin Hart. Shout out to, Martin, whoever else did that. Eddie Murphy wore one for, some of his roles. Shout out to them. That don't mean they less of men. And I'm a black man. I wasn't demasculated by seeing that on the screen. I enjoyed those roles. I enjoyed Big Mama's House. I enjoyed The Nutty Professor. I enjoyed some of these roles. You know what I'm saying? Who cares, man? So we got to get off that. I wanted to get that off my chest, A lot of times as a black man, they try to tell you how to think. You know what I'm saying? Think for yourself, man. Shout out Mark Lamont Hill, who I don't always agree with him, but on here we agree. And it's okay to disagree. It's okay to have your own views about stuff. I'm so frustrated at times when, as a black person, because you don't agree with whatever the crowd says you got to agree with, that you're any less black. You can have opinions on what you think is best for the black community that might not coincide with the popular opinion or might not coincide with the other person. That don't mean you don't love your people, People are so stupid sometimes, man. I swear, man. But shout out to Mark Lamont Hill. Shout out to Cat. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Boyce Watkins. Shout out to everybody who have opinions. It's okay to have opinions, but don't try to crucify nobody and cancel somebody because of their opinion. So that's how I feel about it. I would never wear a dress, but I ain't knocking nobody who wears them for roles. You know what I'm saying? I remember Young Thug wore a dress on a cover of his album Jeffrey. Again, I wouldn't do it, but guess what? That Jeffrey album was one of Thug's best albums. He had some dope records on there, you know what I'm saying? And live and let live. Let people do what they want to do. That don't mean that you got to do it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that's just my thoughts on that, man. You feel me? I'm ready to the podcast. Let's go, baby.